ITZY has just dropped their pre-release and comeback hints for Kill My Doubt left and right. But did they serve, especially after a year-long hiatus? Unfortunately, the answer, according to many people, is a big no.
No! No!
How ITZY is ruined by JYP Entertainment. A little disclaimer before we started the video is that when I talk about how ITZY is ruined by their own company, by no means do I mean to say they are a flop. Instead, I mean they are just not topping the charts the way it's expected in a girl group coming from Big 3, not living up to the title, the leading act of Gen 4 girl group as they once had, and not being able to rise to the brightest stardom, being a house to all talented, visual, and magnetic members. Statistically speaking, ITZY's fanbase is growing steadily, as you can see how they had a successful world tour selling out big venues and gotten more albums consumed in 2022 than all their previous years combined. However, when people talk about girl group Gen 4 in general, it's undeniable that the girls have become way less relevant and treated more like something of the old generation. After the debut of many monsters rookies like aespa, ITZY, SSERAFIM, and NewJeans, ITZY's reputation becomes even worse as their name has been constantly attached to the keywords flop and losing heat. Like, why ITZY is losing the hype? Is ITZY losing popularity in Korea? And is ITZY flopping? Then fans would try to point out reasons why they are still relevant, but the act of posting such defensive threads, to a certain extent, has already proven ITZY has problems with their popularity. Since if an act is indeed famous, for example like NewJeans, ITZY, or SSERAFIM, such posts will never be posted and the discussion will either be about how people hate or love the group. Anyway, back to the main point. So, what is JYP Entertainment doing with their gems that turns ITZY from the leading act of Gen 4 girl group to the one that people literally always attach with the word flop despite their coming from a Big 3 company? Number 1. Concept. According to many, the very first reason comes down to their inconsistent and overcomplicated concept choices. Being a big company themselves, JYP Entertainment should have known better how to create their artists an original concept, running throughout their career, but instead they are set to either mindlessly hop on a trend and/or mindlessly adjust to the public's opinions. This leads to a situation where 1. ITZY's fans would become so polarized that they could hardly ever unanimously support the girls for each comeback, and 2. People would become so confused as to what ITZY brings to the table each time that when new fans come, some old fans would also leave because they couldn't vibe along with ITZY anymore. Just look at ITZY's choice of concept throughout their career and the public reactions toward their music. You will see a comprehensive picture explaining why the girls are losing momentum in the bloodily competitive K-pop scene. Debuting with Dala Dala, ITZY's reputation went straight up to the brightest stardom because the concept of Love Myself was not only refreshing but also well complemented to the girls. Then ITZY helped them continue the winning streak, bagging them 13 trophies. Things went explosively well with Wannabe, as the girls had their shoulders dance viral everywhere around the world, got their MV to be the most viewed of Gen 4 girl groups, and entered top 10 chart real-time effortlessly. Probably for thinking ITZY had leveraged enough of this Love Myself concept to build a good fandom, JYP Entertainment took a bold decision to experiment with a romantic love theme, releasing Not Shy, representing the statement, "We girls are not shy to confess to the one we love." Unfortunately, that wasn't what the public wanted at ITZY, so their achievements took a nosedive in the blink of an eye, also marking a declining era of the group. In the next comebacks with Mafia, In the Morning, Loco, and Cheshire, the girls somehow became even less relevant despite their promotion with Sneaker, which took place just before Cheshire, which was still a hit in all the top 3 South Korean music charts, and wholeheartedly welcomed by K-Nuts. Most recently, when JYP Entertainment released the teaser for ITZY's upcoming comeback, the initial reactions from both the public and fans already signaled another disappointing comeback. Firstly, their two pre-release MVs Bet On Me and None of My Business kept seeing dwindling records. From having the lowest views in the first 24 hours for Bet On Me, stopping at 3.3 million, to seeing None of My Business not even reaching that number after over 2 days. Besides, the masses were also let down by ITZY's wardrobe, because the more they looked at them, the more they get confused as to which era was which. Because even in the upcoming comeback, the girls' outfits were so repetitive that they couldn't tell if the teaser for Kill My Doubt was a new one or already recorded years ago. Secondly, just a few days before the release of None of My Business, fans sent 2 protest trucks to the JYP Entertainment building, expressing their dissatisfaction with the outdated concept, styling, and planning, poor album quality, designs that don't live up well to the aesthetic, and the extremely boring songs of ITZY, in the midst of super diversifying and interesting hits other rookies bring to the table. Up to this point, ITZY's songs are said to have become so irredeemable that people constantly label them as noise music. Number 2. Marketing. A. Comeback scheduling. Besides ITZY's confusing concept and everything in between, from styling to music, another factor said to add up to the girls' declining reputation comes down to JYP Entertainment's failure to have a comprehensive marketing strategy for the group. Of course, I know that JYP Entertainment is doing their 2.0 format where every group has their own division run by their own team and staff. But considering how all divisions are still under the same roof, it doesn't make sense to see the comeback schedules of ITZY being literally overlapped with NMIX, as it happened just 20 days later in Misamo, the Japanese unit of TWICE, as they are set to debut on July 26, 5 days prior to ITZY's promotion. That was not to mention how Cheshire was arranged to be in the same time with ITZY's world tour, so the girls couldn't promote it much, leading to another declining era despite the massive successes reaped with sneakers on domestic charts. Fans really couldn't wrap their heads around the way JYP Entertainment managed the talent of ITZY. In the normal business sense, I understand that they don't want ITZY to fall either, because it's hard money pouring into the girls and no one wants to lose money when doing business. It's also true that, like in every company, some strategies work, some don't, but considering how JYP Entertainment has experimented so many strategies on ITZY, most of which obviously didn't work out, they should have known by now what the direction for the girls is. By no means does a big company like them can fail continuously and still puzzling around when 4 years have passed. B. Social media content. Let's talk about ITZY's social media game. As a Gen 4 girl group with most followers on some of the major social media platforms, their engagement is like a deflated balloon compared to other acts. The ironic thing is, despite their Twitter frenzy, where they're like the Energizer Bunny, posting 5 to 7 times random content a day while everyone else knows the sweet spot is 1 post every 2 days, most posts barely get 20k likes. And don't even get me started on those comments, because they always hang out below 100, while other groups are racking up likes and comments like there's no tomorrow. We're talking 100k likes and 1,000 comments. And despite the fact that competitor platforms don't like having content with each other's watermark in their area, JYP Entertainment has been reposting TikTok content on YouTube. Actually, on YouTube, diehard midzies are rolling their eyes at the endless flood of content, because the company posts so many videos that they don't know where to look at. Personally speaking, I've just thought of a brilliant idea for JYP Entertainment. Take a breather, pause the posting madness, and let the fans actually miss their idol activities for once. Give them a break from the low-quality stuff, and maybe, just maybe, they'll start to crave the group's awesomeness again. C. Individual promotion. Now, their brand value ranking is like hitting rock bottom. I mean, the members aren't even in the top 50, and the group themselves is somewhere lost in the abyss outside the top 20. It's like the public barely even knows they exist. Remember when Yeji was queen during Dalla Dalla days? Remember the time when Ryujin was everywhere with a shoulders dance? And just recently when Yuna went viral everywhere with her visual after the You Go Girl cover? Yeah, those were the golden times. But now it's like their ranking is on a roller coaster ride, and it's only going downhill. If this keeps up, they might need a GPS to find their way back to relevance in the industry. And do you know why it happens this way? That's because JYP's got this whole avoid Miss A situation strategy going on. No individual promotions, no CFs, just keep them all locked up in a group. But the thing is, this ain't the old days. The 4th gen competition is fierce, and those 3rd gen top girl groups are still sizzling hot. Even NewJeans, the group that Min Hee-jin has been pushing all members as a center equally, still got their individual promotion going on both inside and outside the music realms, and still gets good public reactions for each girl. So how can JYP Entertainment still think it's a good strategy to limit the individual promotion of ITZY's members? Even their latest album also adds up to the allegations of JYP Entertainment's mismanaging individual promotion, as on the cover, only the face of 3 members, Ryujin, Leah, and Yuna, are shown. Maybe Yeji and Chaeryeong would appear on the back of the cover, but regarding how Yeji's Chinese fans have made the largest album's order, it makes no sense to push a famous face of the group like that. With the latest comeback coming up close, do you think ITZY can get back to the race as strong as their early days? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful K-pop content everywhere. See you in the next video!